Good morning and welcome to this live broadcast. I am MJ Lifestylist coming to you from my home and studio in Bournemouth in the UK. And we begin this morning like every morning where we ask you to share the 3 things in your life that you are grateful for. 3 things in your life that you're grateful for. I've got up late again this morning, which is not a good sign, so I need to check this alarm. Morning Claire, how are you? So lovely to see you. I've just got up, so I missed your message slightly earlier, but I'm good to go just after this morning. If we schedule a time for like 11 o'clock this morning, that'd be great. Okay. Who else is here? Who else is doing their thing? What can we chat about this morning? What do we want to chat about this morning? Morning. Oh, everyone's here. Hello, Claire. Hey, Fiona. Love that. And face cream. Morning, Jessie. Right, so we are going to start this morning by being in an attitude of gratitude. That's weird. I've just checked. My alarm is definitely set for 9 o'clock. It just didn't go off again. Very, very, very weird. Right. Very, very weird. Let's see where we go. So we're going to do a card for everyone all together at the moment. Thomas, with the new lockdown, are you still working or are you locked down? Thomas, are you still working or are you locked down? Morning, Victoria. Right, so as always, we're going to do a card for everyone this morning. Oh, okay. It's early to start with this, but okay. We have Dragon's Lair first thing this morning. 19 comes to a 10. Morning, Jenny. 19 comes to a 10. 1 and 9 is 10. And with 10 we have 1, because 1 and 0 comes to 1. And that's all about new beginnings, fresh starts, setting up the parameters of what you want to attract into your life, making sure you are open to new possibilities, etc. But Dragon's Lair talks about, in anticipation of this, people are actually misjudging you or not giving you the benefit of the doubt. People are making assumptions about you and are assuming you to be dormant. And that's their mistake, because you're actually very, very much alive and you're very, very much paying attention. You might not just be reacting at the moment. Maybe you're just biding your time. Maybe you're just sitting in the background waiting for things to happen. It's that kind of, I'm here, don't assume that I'm not. Okay? That's what happens with Dragon's Lair, and that's a common misconception that people are making at the moment with everybody else. Hey Sue Venus, hey Tony, how are you? Happy New Year. Hello gorgeous Tina. Oh, mwah. My friend from South Africa. And hello Sylvia. Of course all my drag sisters are here this morning. Yeah, so it's a common misconception when people misinterpret what you're doing, or when people don't recognize that you're just taking some time out for you, and they make the assumption that you're dormant. And that's when people try and talk about us, they try and do things behind our backs, etc. And they're very surprised and shocked and horrified when we come out of our corner fighting, because they didn't expect that. So, what 3 things are you grateful for this morning? Pop them up on screen. Let's have a look. Let's have a chat. And today I also want to chat about dreams. Dreams today. I've had another weird dream that woke me up this morning. wake me up very late this morning, but woke me up nonetheless. And I want to talk about dream states and how they are affecting us at the moment. So how are your dreams at the moment? How are you dreaming at the moment? What's happening? What's occurring? Let's get it all up on screen. Hey, Leanne. I'm good, thanks. How are you? I'm still waking up, but I'm good, thanks. How are you? I have a pot of coffee next door to me, my big mug, so we will see about getting through that right now. So we want to talk about dreams, and we want to talk about the 3 things that you are grateful for. What comments do you have? What would you like to share? What do you know? What do you feel? This is, of course, a 2-way conversation, guys. And I know there's a delay, but let's get cracking with our responses. Yes, it's a big cup. It's my Eeyore mug from Disney that I've had 20 years this year. In December, it'll be 20 years I've had this mug. Making a choice comes up next, card 30. So 30 comes to a 3, and 3 is all about change. Now with this card, since the beginning of lockdown, I've changed my interpretation of this card. Before lockdown, I said it was making a choice between something more spiritual and something more physical in your life, having to walk that gambit and make a choice and move forward with that. Since lockdown, my opinion has changed, and I now see it as being the idea of making a choice or choosing how you respond to things to make a choice between work and play. So really, it's about the balance between how we work and how we play, especially since the onslaught of COVID. People are having to choose the balance between work from home and rest from home and how we sort that out. And it's always a very difficult choice of balance because we're all in confined spaces, and now we're told we can't leave our spaces. So it's making the space to work and then also taking the time to rest between the work and not just plowing through the work. So it's a very fine balance. So really, really, really important for us to make that choice when change arrives and put the balance into play. Grateful for my tasty cereal, laughter, and improving health of hubby. Yay! I like that. I like the tasty cereal. It's a fun twist on our morning. I'm well, thanks. Have had lots of very vivid dreams as well, lots involving water. Now, water is emotional, as you know, Leanne, because you yourself are a spiritual teacher. Water is all about our emotional state. So water is about transition. It's about emotion. It's also about release. So I don't know if you've had lots of tears lately, but it's allowing yourself to open that tap and just release emotion that is being pented up within you. All of those things come about with the element of water. And that's quite interesting for you, Leanne. Thank you for sharing. Then we have Liz. I can't tell you how much better I feel after talking to you yesterday. So I'm grateful for you and you. Oh, bless you, Liz. I think it's a great plan. I think it's a great direction that you're moving in. I think it's considered. I think it's responsible. I think it's mature. And I wish you all the best. And I will certainly be here at your side every single step of the way. So don't forget, Liz, you have got support around you, with you, next to you all the time. And it's really, the world's your oyster now. Because I think you've hit... My thing with you, Liz, is I think you've hit a turning point. I think you've come to a realization or a conclusion, and then that's helped you steer in a new direction. And whether that's through a combo of myself and whoever else is helping you, who knows, or whether that's from considered thought on your part. The fact is, I think you've come to a crossroads and you've gone, you know what, I'm going to go in this direction now. And you've made a conscious decision to change or to evolve or to move forward. Whereas before you were consciously trying to stop or halt or keep yourself back. And I think that's important. And very, very good for you. Very, very good for you. Claire says, my dreams are always very strange, erratic, but I put down to my medication. You should also put them down on paper, Claire. I did used to interpret my dreams every day from my dream books, but don't seem to do it anymore. Well, I would say take the time to write them down and let's have a look at them, you and I. I will happily help you with that. I'm grateful for you, my close friends, and my dogs. Oh, my little dog is upset with me because we woke up at 10 to 10. Excuse me, guys. My nose seems to be dripping and I've got no tissue just here. Woke up at 10 to 10, which wasn't great because that's late for us. And the dog hasn't had her cuddle or anything this morning because jumped out of bed, came in, put coffee on, and came into the studio. And so she was here underneath me. I think she's gone to climb back into bed again. So I'm going to have to do some repair work with my dog. So I had a weird dream this morning because I dreamt I was. It's a long involved story, but I used to work at a school in South Africa, and I think that my dream this morning, I was training my drum majorettes team, so I could see myself on the field with the girls, and then I was up above the field watching the girls from above, because with drum majorettes it's all about formations, etc. It's a long involved story, but anyway, so that's what I was doing. I was up observing, and then I somehow, and this is where the weird part comes in, there were these emblems coming in, these symbols that were all of a sudden on the girls' uniforms and on their practice uniforms here on the left sort of lapel area. And then I recall a bookshelf landing on me. So like a bookshelf fell over onto me, and I'm trapped underneath this bookshelf. Now, why a bookshelf would be outside at the top of a field, who knows? At the top of a training field, who knows? You know, there was this bookshelf, and the bookshelf landed on me, and I'm trapped underneath it. It's not very heavy, I know. It wasn't very heavy, but I was winded because the top of the bookshelf hit me on my windpipe. So I was winded, and then I came to, and I've now got this light weight on me, but it's enough of a weight to immobilize me. And so it's a really weird dichotomy because there I am, I can see the girls, they can't really see me, but I can see them, and I've got this weight on me, and I start screaming for help, and I start calling my sister's name, and for some strange reason I've placed her in my mind's eye that she's across the road where when we were kids there used to be a nightclub over the road from the school. Can you believe it? But in my mind's eye she's in that building, and I know she couldn't be in that building because we would never have worked in that building, but my younger sister. So it's weird because I'm trapped under a fictitious bookshelf at the top of a fictitious practice field, and all of a sudden my younger sister is meant to be over the road in this building. And so that's why I'm talking about I have these weird nonsensical dreams, but usually it involves people, places, and events from our past that aren't related. But my sister used to belong to the team that I ended up training, and it is the training field. I'm not sure about the bookshelf though. That's the weird bit, but it just all weirdly kind of mashed together, and that's what woke me up. And then I looked over at my phone, and it was 10:15. And I've just checked. My alarm is actually set for 9 o'clock, which is when I'm supposed to get up, so that I've got an hour to wake up before seeing all of you. But it's also me trying to get back into the rhythm of things again because I haven't done this for a while, have I? I've had lots of help, but I think you have helped me a lot. Thank you. Only a pleasure, Liz. Only a pleasure. So, I've shared my weird dream. What 3 things are you grateful for? And what's going on in your dreams at the moment? I mean, if I had to think about my dream now, I do a lot of work with books now. I do a lot of reading, and I have a lot of books. I have like 2,000 books in this flat. Genuinely, I have 2,000 books in this flat. So let me pick up this card. This is our next. Oh, couldn't make that up, could you? This is our next card. It's education. I was about to say that I read a lot of books and that I'm involved with a lot of books and I'm obsessed with books. But this is talking about education as the next card. It fell out of the deck. It fell onto the floor. And with this card, I always say it's not always about book smarts. It's about street smarts as well. So it's a combination of the learning that you can get from books and courses and classes, and then the learning that you can get from life. 35, of course, comes to an 8. 8 on its side is the infinity symbol, and the infinity symbol is all about prosperity and abundance. How do we feel about it? How do we feel we respond to it? Etc., etc. It's a really, really interesting cycle when you get the education card, because it reads to more than just traditional education. More than just traditional education. So what do we think, guys? Ladies and gents, I've been having dreams that lately when I'm doing something I realize it's my dream. So many future premonitions. That's good. That's an on track kind of thing, Liz. That's what happens with that is that tells you that you are on your life path. Any synchronicities, any deja vu moments, anything that happens and you think, hang on, I've done this before or I've experienced this before, come about when you are actually on the right path, on the right course, doing the right thing. And they allow you to experience them fully then because you're doing the right thing and in the right way. So that's good. That's a good indicator of you being on path. Grateful for being able to sleep well, my family coping, and my phone for keeping me connected to my friends, especially to you. Aww. Sleep is really, really important. It's a thing I'm having a problem with. I will be honest, guys, and say that actually last night when I finished teaching, I teach my development group on a Tuesday night. So when I finished teaching at 9:30 last night, I then potted around on my computer for a little bit. So at about 10 o'clock, I went into the lounge and called my best friend in South Africa via WhatsApp, and we spoke for 4 hours. So at 2 o'clock this morning, I came off that call. Then I decided it was a good idea to eat ice cream. So I was eating ice cream and watching YouTube on TV and fell asleep in front of the TV at about 3 o'clock. Andrew woke me up at 4:30, sent me to bed, and I was in bed from 4:30 till 9:30, 9:45. So I've had about 6 hours sleep. So I am probably going to sleep for a little bit today as well. But it's naughty because I shouldn't be doing that. And I have work to do now. Lots of work to do. Okay, that was Jenny. Susan, good morning. Can't recall any recent dreams, but today I'm grateful for my little dog Bill. Aww. Doggies always hit the note for me. Doggies always just too cute. I dreamt once that I got run over by a huge American lorry. I got up off the road and said, "Don't drive so fast next time," to the driver. I was absolutely fine. Liz, something like that would be a figurative dream, not a literal dream. So the American lorry could be the idea of being knocked over by some news or knocked over by something foreign to you. So the idea is the idea of being knocked over and getting up and knowing that you're fine afterwards. But in that moment, it's a case of, as you're being knocked over, it's that thing of something's knocked. In South Africa, we say it could have knocked me over with a feather, where it's like I got such a shock or such a surprise or such a fright when this incident happened that I could have been knocked over. It could have bowled me over. And so that's sometimes what we kind of look at when we look at that scenario. So it isn't about the lorry driver knocking you over. It's about the idea that you were knocked over. And how you could get up again and say that you're fine, but that they shouldn't drive so fast next time. And that might be the idea of, don't bring news to me so quickly. Let me get used to things before you hit me with a new piece of news. Does that make sense? It's all in the interpretation, really. You know, very much so, all in the interpretation. So, oh, hey Michelle Robbie. Why are you in the background? When are you going to say hello? I think you're here. I can't see if you're here. Michelle Robbie and I went to school together. Our next card is Bone Collector. I love, love, love this card. She is the most amazing card. She's card number 1. New beginnings, fresh starts, new opportunities. But she's this little old lady with almost like a halo around her of like angelic writing, and then she's basically like a witch doctor or a medicine woman. She's called the Bone Collector, and she comes along in your life when there's one too many things to deal with or too much on your plate, and she comes along, and what she does is she takes one of those things away temporarily, momentarily, and she takes it away so that you've got more space and energy and time to deal with things, and then when you are ready, she'll bring that one thing back. So it's almost like she's just giving you some space to sort yourself out, and then she will bring back and return to you what it is that you've lost. She is a gorgeous card. She is a premonition or an omen or whatever you want to call her of better things to come. And when I see her, I always feel very, very relaxed, very, very calm, because it means that you are being looked after, watched over, guarded and guided. People are paying attention to you from spirit side, and that they are making sure that you are taken care of, because they will remove any problems or obstacles in your way until you're better able to cope with them, and then they will return them to you. She's very calm, very chilled, very able to be the voice of reason for you in a time of confusion and turmoil. And she will just give you the best of what she's got in order for you to succeed and thrive. So always a gorgeous, gorgeous card to get. And she hasn't come up yet this year. This is the first time she's been up this year, which is great. Lost my signal for a bit. Grateful for my tribe, my family, and my friends. Absolutely. Absolutely. So where has someone shown up in your life or been in your life that you've absolutely needed? Why not share with the group? Where has someone come into your life and shown up and been there for you and you've absolutely needed them? I'm interested to know. Very interested to know. Don't forget, we're live daily, Monday through Friday from 10 till 10:30 UK time. Tuesday nights and Thursday nights we are live via Zoom, and we are teaching development on a Tuesday night, mediumship on a Thursday night, and they are £5 a session. And then on a Sunday night we do Psychic Sundays, as always, where we pick cards for individual people, and that is from 7:30 until 8:30 UK time on a Sunday evening. So that is our lineup. Back to our original lineup for our weeks. In fact, let me find it because I've lost it. Tuesdays. There we go. Monday to Friday, 10 till 10:30. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 till 9:30. And Psychic Sundays on a Sunday from 7:30 to 8:30. Boom, boom, boom. Good. We shall see you tomorrow evening, Miss Liz. Anyone is welcome to our mediumship or to our development group. Those sessions do actually just pay me a little bit of money so that I can eat. It is actually my work, guys. So, £5, I know if you haven't got it, it's a lot of money, but £5 is relatively inexpensive. And it does help to keep food on my table. So, yeah, that's Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays is our development groups. That's spiritual development. We do meditation and we do exercises for spiritual development. And on a Thursday night, we do mediumship. Myself and others will do mediumship for whoever's assembled in the group. Always a fun evening, always able to have a bit of a laugh together, and then also connect with spirit, which is great, 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 great. So, seeing as none of you said that anyone's shown up in your life to help you out, who have you shown up for in your life? Who have you shown up for in your life to help them out? You know? Hey MJ, do you do personal readings? Yes, Justine, I do. I do personal sessions. You can book it through my page, MJ Lifestylist. Haven't seen you in forever. Hope you are well. Are you still in South Africa, or have you travelled elsewhere? Right, so if no one's shown up for you, who have you shown up for? Perhaps since lockdown, perhaps just in your life. And I'll start by giving you a clue. The first person you should show up for is yourself. The first person you should always show up for is yourself. You've got to take care of yourself first before helping others. Because when you take care of yourself and you make sure that you're okay first, that's when you're able to more fully be present for other people. Because if your cup is full, then you've got the energy to spare. If your cup is not full, then you shouldn't really be assisting others until you are full. So that is really, really important. Showing up for yourself first and foremost is incredibly important. And thereafter, you can show up for anybody else. But primarily, you need to be there for yourself. It's a weird thing. I know we don't understand it always, but that's true. You have for a lot of us. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sue. Yeah, I think I have been here for the group. So, but really, really important that I'm also here for me, Sue. You know, it's important for me to maintain contact with people, to chat with people, to be of service, absolutely. But part of it is selfish. Part of it is me wanting to just reach out and have interaction with other people. So I'd be lying if I said I was just here for the group. I am here for myself and then for the group. And that sounds a bit like full of myself, but it's not meant that way. It's like you need to show up for yourself first. And I need this group as much as I believe this group needs me. I love the interaction. I love chatting to you guys on a daily basis. I love the fact that it gives me a reason to get my carcass out of bed in the morning and get here even if I am slightly late. Because it's important for me to have, especially when we go into a full lockdown again like we are now, it's important for me to have routine and structure. If I don't have that, I would sleep every day, all day long. And that wouldn't be good for me, and by association, probably wouldn't be good for you guys if I wasn't around here for you. And that's not making any assumption at all. It's just like, you know, that would be a knock-on effect. It wouldn't be good for me to be in bed all day long, and you guys would lose out on having this time together as a group. So, whatever you decide to do, however you decide to do it, whatever you decide to do, however you decide to do it, cool. Thanks, Justine. Absolutely. MJ Lifestylist. I've had a few unexpected people show up in the news. Hey, Claire. Whatever you do, however you decide to do it, it's important to be there for yourself. It's important to, by extension, once you are there for yourself, be there for others in some way, shape, or form. You know, even a greeting or a smile does a lot. You don't have to spend money as such. But showing up for yourself, super important. Showing up for others, by extension, also important. And just being the best version of you that you can be. Remember though, we can't pour from an empty cup. We're all doing the best we can with the tools that we've got. And it's important to be there. Just be there. Until I see you again, I hope and trust that you will have a brilliant day. Blessings, love and light. Namaste. MJ.